Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome to part 2 of my Dragon Ball Z review and retrospective covering the series with Season 2 on the Blu-ray, which features the early part of the Namek Saga, episodes 40 through 74, which picks up right where we left off with Season 1. Our heroes have a spaceship now ready to go to Namek, and the early part is mostly filler. It starts off with, Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan going to space, looking for Namek to find the Dragon Balls to revive all their friends, and because they had learned from Mr. Popo that Kami had come from another planet, with the Dragon Balls. So if they go to wherever he came from, I'm sure they'll find more Dragon Balls there. They got to go there, revive all their friends, and that's just what they're doing. And this is before they even knew about Frieza. That they let Vegeta escape, and at that point they just think Vegeta's the strongest warrior there is. So Vegeta's still out there, and it periodically cuts to all different perspectives. You have our heroes, Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma in space on their hijinks out there. You have Goku still recovering in the hospital with his fear of needles, and Master Roshi by his side grabbing the nurse's asses all the time for comedic relief. And of course, Chi-Chi yelling and nagging like, "Why'd you let our son go to space? What are you doing? What about his schoolwork?" Always complaining about him doing his schoolwork. And then it cuts to Vegeta with what he's got going on. And then, of course, it also cuts to King Kai with his new students. So the early part here, you have some filler. You have our heroes actually get captured by a bunch of kids. And the kids reveal to Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan that they'd escaped planets that had been devastated by Frieza and his men, and they're all like, "Who's Frieza?" And this is actually an important filler because this is really the first name drop of Frieza in the anime, and I always thought this was pretty cool with the kids. Their whole backstory about how Frieza's been terrorizing all these planets across the galaxy, and they help the guys escape. Then you have the fake Namek filler where they go to this planet with these guys that look like Piccolo, and they all make comments. They're like, "Oh, they just look like older Piccolos," and they're on this planet, these shapeshifters, and they're it gives you some nostalgia of early Dragon Ball with them doing, like, over the span of 2 episodes, hunting down the fake Dragon Balls, and pretty cool stuff. And then they outwit them and are able to escape and make way for Namek once more. And then eventually they get to planet Namek, and they see, the Namekians being terrorized by Frieza and his men, by Dodoria and Zarbon, and, they look so menacing and attacking all the elders, and you see Frieza, voiced by Linda Young, I believe her name was, in the initial dub, and really a great voice actor there. Female voicing Frieza, which is kind of funny. Like, as a kid, I was always confused as to, like, what the hell Frieza even was, because had a female voicing him, and it just had like these weird scenes of the Ginyu Force later on with all this sexual innuendo and all sorts of crazy stuff going on. And then you had the Doria, which are like this fat pink guy, and Zarbon, who was like the pretty boy. And early on, you already saw that, the Doria had 2 Dragon Balls and Zarbon had 2 Dragon Balls, so they already had 4 of the 7, and they were attacking Elder Mori. And that you also meet Dende and Eska, the 2 young Namekians, and Frieza's able to conquer the 5th Dragon Ball. And Gohan and Krillin are watching. Bulma's like in the cave with the ship because they're like, "You gotta stay here, Bulma. You're weak. At least we're fighters. We can try to hold our own, despite being 2 of the weaker fighters at this point in the series." And Gohan's just getting pissed off with his rage, watching all these Namekians. They send the Namekian warriors in there, and they're defeated by Zarbon and Dodoria. Zarbon practically just uses his feet. He's still holding the balls like this because they're giant Dragon Balls, unlike the ones on Earth. Because this dragon is more powerful. Porunga can grant three wishes. So Zarbon dispatches the Namekian warriors very easily, just using his legs to kick them. And at this point, Gohan's just furious because he watches Frieza use the Death Beam to shoot Eska and murder Eska. So he figures, I gotta save the other kid, and he saves Dende, and Elder Mori dies as well. So they're on their way, being chased by Frieza's men, and Krillin uses the solar flare and blinds him, and they're able to get away, and all sorts of good stuff. So then Vegeta's getting nursed back to health because, of course, he was devastated on his battle with Goku on Earth, and is getting nursed back to health, and meets what's the guy's name? It's not Pui. Pui's the guy from the Majin Buu saga. It sort of looks like his name is Kui, I believe. It's Cui, and in the Saiyan saga, well, Vegeta had like 18,000 was his power level, and this guy's power level is like 22,000. But Vegeta reveals, I am a Saiyan. I have the Zenkai boost, and therefore, since I was on the brink of death, my power level is double. And so he defeats him rather easily. And Vegeta wants to go get the Dragon Balls himself because, he wants immortality. That was the reason they went to Earth in the first place. They wanted the Dragon Balls, and after they killed Piccolo, they also know that there's more Namekians out there because I forgot to mention that in Season 1, but Nappa mentions that Piccolo's a Namekian, and they got Planet Namek or whatever will find the Dragon Balls. How come no one's ever thought to go to Planet Namek before this? It wasn't until they went to Earth. No one really knew about the Dragon Balls despite knowing about Namek. I don't know. That's kind of funny. But Vegeta's on his quest for vengeance to get the Dragon Balls to get immortality himself so he can defeat Frieza. As you learn more of the backstory of the Saiyans and how Frieza destroyed all the Saiyans aside for Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta, and I guess Goku, Kakarot, because they didn't even know Goku existed. But Vegeta's on his way, and he's able to get one of the Dragon Balls. He gets to a Namekian village before Frieza does, and destroys the Namekians there, and retrieves his own Dragon Ball, and he throws it into the water to hide it, so that even if Frieza gets all the remaining 6, he can just keep that one hidden and then strike at the opportune moment and steal all the other Dragon Balls and grant his wish himself. So meanwhile, what Frieza's doing, of course, they have scouters. They're too dopey to sense ki, and through Vegeta's battle on Earth, he's already learned that, so he can sense ki. He doesn't need scouters anymore, because even when he comes out of the healing pod, he tells the doctor, I don't need a scouter. I can sense ki now. It's useless to me. So also what happens is they're able to find. They're speaking with Dende. They go to meet the Elder Guru, and they're on their way there to meet the Elder, and that's when they meet Nail, and Gohan gets the one Dragon Ball there, and he's on his way, and also before that he's got the Dragon Radar. That's how they're finding him, and he's flying away at the Dragon Radar, and Vegeta. This is when he has the ball getting ready to hide it. And he sees Gohan. Oh, what are you doing here, boy? Where's Kakarot? I need my revenge on Kakarot. And he is like, what is that device you have there? And Gohan's like, oh, it's just a watch. Yeah, it's a watch, all right. What does he need a watch for? And anyway, he gives him a little punch, a little love tap, and sends him on his way. And then halfway through, Vegeta's like, that was no watch. That was some Dragon Ball locator. So, that goes on, and eventually, that he makes his way to Guru's as well, and that's when he has the Dragon Ball, and Vegeta's like, "No, we need to team up," because at this point, this is when the Ginyu force is on its way, and they decide to form a little bit of an alliance where the three of them can stand a chance against the Ginyu force because their powers are extraordinary, and also. Krillin and Gohan get their potential unlocked by Guru, and as Guru unlocks the potential of Gohan, he's like, this is the most potential I've ever felt. You'll be the strongest of them all, further foreshadowing what's to come with Gohan's story arc. So, also while this is going on, Goku's recovering in the hospital, and eventually Yajirobe arrives with the sensu beans, and always a funny moment to me when Goku eats the sensu bean, and he does the backflip to get out of bed, and the doctor's having a heart attack, and Master Roshi's still perving on the nurse. It's just hilarious. But he makes his way, and Dr. Briefs, Bulma's father, is making a spaceship out of I don't even know what he's using. I think the spare parts of the destroyed Saiyan spaceship that Vegeta and Nappa came in, and so he's making a spaceship, and he's able to make it have all this gravity technology so he can train in it, and of course he has all these sensu beans so he continue training at the high levels of gravity. And there's some cool filler when he's training. what happens is he's in space and like the ship starts malfunctioning. He has to go outside the spaceship and he puts this suit on and he almost falls off the ship and flies into space and all sorts of funny stuff like that. And of course, Dr. Breeze is like, oh, the ship's not ready. I haven't put the espresso machine in it yet. And Goku's like, I don't need no espresso. We need to go now. So that was always some funny stuff. And then, of course, also Vegeta, he kills Dodoria pretty easily because his power has surpassed his. And he starts putting up a good fight against Zarbon, but Zarbon has the way to transform, and he has the pretty boy look. Like, I'm Zarbon, I'm so pretty and handsome. And then he has his transformation where he turns into this beast and gains a lot more power and overwhelms Vegeta that way. But what happens is Vegeta, of course, doesn't die, and he's like in the water somewhere, and he gets another Zenkai boost and is able to defeat him. And then early on, Bulma sees Zarbon. He's like, oh, he's cute. And then he transforms in front of her, and she gets like, oh, he's ugly now. I don't like him anymore. And, that's when our heroes team up, of course. So, Frieza just can't take it anymore because, Doria and Zarbon are dead. And, was it Krillin? It was either Krillin or Gohan. One of them destroyed all the scouters. Like, they just blasted them all. And so, Frieza has a request to call in the Ginyu Force and bring new scouters so that they can find the remaining Dragon Balls. And that's just what happens. So then Vegeta, Gohan and Krillin all team up to face against the Ginyus. And that's the end of this here. We got, right here, episode 62, New Ally, New Problems. That's when they all team up. And then the first match is Goldo. And he's the weakest one. He has like no power level whatsoever. He just has the ability to stop time. And so Gohan and Krillin team up. And they're getting, kind of outsmarted by his tricks, and so Vegeta does like a little back attack and chops his head off. And it cuts like back and forth to Vegeta making fun of him, like, oh, you little midget, you're small, you ugly, look at you with your 4 eyes. And Vegeta was always like picking on him when they all worked for Frieza. So then in the next match, they introduced all the Ginyu Force members, which is they did their funny pose, and of course Captain Ginyu goes to hang out with Frieza to look for the remaining Dragon Balls, and they're able to find them all. And what happens is you have to speak Namekian to summon Porunga, so they can't summon them, so the Dragon Balls are just sitting outside Frieza's spaceship, and there's like this funny scene where Ginyu's like, we will do the dance of victory, and he's like, oh my, and he does like this crazy ass dance, and Frieza's just looking at him, and Frieza blushes, and I'm always like, what the hell is he blushing for? Some weird ass scenes there, but anyway, Ginyu's with Frieza, and then you have Jace and Burter. And I always found it funny when Burter's like, I'm the fastest in the universe. It's like, no, you're not, dude. If Frieza is strong, if Captain Ginyu is stronger than you, he's faster than you. I mean, what the hell are you talking about? And he brings it up like time and time, I'm the fastest in the universe. And then Jace, with his British accent, I always love Jace's accent, the voice actor, whoever did him. I don't know, I guess he was like the weakest, I guess. As far as power levels, I think Raccoon was the strongest next to Ginyu, and then Burter, and then Jace. Jace is like weak as Vegeta could have beat him. But so anyway, Raccoon is fighting Vegeta, and Vegeta is getting his ass kicked. And Raccoon, like, he literally just sounds like a retard. He's like, oh, Raccoon, the Raccoon eraser gun. And he does like all his moves. It's like Raccoon punch, Raccoon kick, Raccoon eraser gun, and they all get overwhelmed, and eventually all three have to team up and attack Raccoon. And Raccoon keeps getting beat up, like he loses his armor. He's got his black shirt on, and eventually there's a part where he gets like blasted. You can see his butt, his butt's like poking out, but he's still there. He gets attacked, and like he keeps the Raccoon eraser gun in his mouth, and he loses all his teeth. Oh, I'm still here. And anyway, then he beats the crap out of all. He breaks Gohan's neck, and they're all lying there defeated. And then eventually, Goku arrives, and this is the end of the Ocean dub when Goku arrives, and it was always an iconic moment because the narrator, Goku arrives and gives a senzu bean to everyone, revives them, even Vegeta, and Vegeta's, he shows respect for Goku showing up there like that. and he gives just an elbow to Rakuma's chest there, and he falls down. And the episode ends with the narrator going, "Is Goku a Super Saiyan?" And I'll show you this too on the wiki. So what happened with this episode here is right here, episode 67, the Goku a Super Saiyan, originally aired in America on Toonami May 23rd, 1998. And then we didn't get the next episode for almost a year, September 13th, 1999. Almost a year we were without Dragon Ball, and what happened was we kept getting reruns over and over again with the Ocean dub until they finished dubbing with the new cast with the Funimation. And real quick too, you got this great promo when it finally came back. This is one of my all-time favorites. Let's see if we can get this ready. Whoops. Tell us where the Dragon Balls are. Why aren't you here? So yeah, we waited a whole year for that, and that's when we finally got the new cast and everything, and so good. And really, because like I said, with the Funimation, you had the Ocean dub, and this was like redubbed in like 2005 or whatever. So episode 67 or 66 or whatever, and then you got the new cast, and really this is the start of the Funimation cast, and you can hear like how new they were at it. Like rewatching it, you can tell that that's like the very first episodes that were dubbed. So anyway, the last few parts here, you have Goku makes quick work of Raccoon, and then he doesn't kill him though. Vegeta's like, "Kakarot, you must kill this son of a bitch!" And so Vegeta kills him while he's lying there, and then he fights Jace and Burter and defeats them, but doesn't kill them. Well, it defeats Burter, and Jace runs away to get the captain. And then Captain Ginyu shows up and does the body swap. Change now! And changes, and that's when Goku, is in the body of Captain Ginyu, all defeated, and he can't sense power levels because, the villains can't sense power levels for some odd reason until later on. So, eventually they have their fight, and Vegeta loves it too because he starts beating the crap out of, Captain Ginyu and Goku's body, and, it does change now, and it's about to change into Vegeta when Goku in Ginyu's body throws the frog, and Ginyu turns into the frog. So that wraps it up there. The last episode being Captain Ginyu the Frog, and that's where season 2 ends there. And really, you get the start of the Frieza Saga, and that's season 3, I guess, 75 to 107, which really, starts off that the first episode there is with Porunga when they summon Porunga. So I guess, that is the start of the Frieza Saga, because right after that, Frieza gets in there, is all pissed off that they used the wish without him. But we'll be covering that in the next part. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. As far as favorite episodes here, I would have to say, probably in this season, my favorite episode was just the whole team. When the Ginyu Force is arriving and they're on Goru's tower, and Vegeta is like, you can hear the fear in his voice. He's like, "We have to team up, you fools. This is a devastating power. We must use the wish to give me immortality so we can defeat the Ginyu Force." And they all team up there. So really great scene right there. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and stay tuned for part 3 where we discuss the next season. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day.